Patient was on the lava boat when a piece of lava flew toward the boat. She closed her eyes, and next thing she knew, she felt pain.
Coming up, dozens injured after a flying molten rock strikes a tour boat off Hawaii's Big Island. Plus, a look at what Sarasota County schools are doing now to ensure your child's future, and a violent pursuit on the streets of Las Vegas. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at noon.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. First today at noon, breaking news out of Northport. Right now, police there are searching for a missing toddler. The 20-month-old girl named Ava has brown eyes and brown hair. Police say she's been missing from her home on Alam Avenue, just off South Biscayne Avenue, since around 10 o'clock this morning. Now, she's old enough to walk and is wearing a diaper. Police are sharing this photo in hopes someone in the Northport community can help find her quickly. Call Northport Police if you know anything about her whereabouts. We'll bring you more on this story when the information becomes available. In other news today, Hawaii tour boat operators say they plan to continue taking visitors to see lava, but will follow the Coast Guard's revised policy and stay farther away. That's after an explosion caused molten rock to barrel through the roof of one tour boat, injuring 23 people. Take another look here just into our newsroom. We're seeing new images of the incident as Andrew Spencer reports. This is just another danger the people in Hawaii continue to deal with months after the Kilauea volcano began erupting.
Plumes of smoke rise off the water as the Kilauea volcano continues to erupt. A group on a tour boat was getting a close look early Monday morning when something terrifying happened.
We've seen parts of the lava on the vessel when we pulled up to it.
The tour boat was hit by a lava bomb, a clump of molten rock sent into the air by the erupting volcano. That rock ripped through the roof of the tour boat.
There's a few big chunks that was on the roof, and we could see chunks laying all over the side of the boat and on the floor of the boat.
A witness who saw the boat return says one person was taken off on a stretcher and others walked off with burns and gashes on their legs. On the line with dispatch, one of the first responders relayed what happened to one of the women on board.
A piece of lava flew toward the boat. She closed her eyes, and next thing she knew, she felt pain to her left leg and to her lower back.
Nearly 24 people were hurt. 13 of them were taken to the hospital, 4 by ambulance. 10 others were treated at the scene. The Hawaii County Fire Department says a woman in her 20s suffered the most severe injuries, including a broken femur. She was in serious condition. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
New developments today following last year's mass shooting in Las Vegas. The company that owns the Mandalay Bay is seeking protection from numerous lawsuits from victims. MGM Resorts claims it has no liability for injuries or deaths in the October 1st shooting and is now suing those victims. The gunman shot and killed 58 people and injured another 850 from a room at the Mandalay Bay Hotel. MGM claims it took reasonable steps to try to prevent that tragedy from happening. Now to an intense pursuit caught on camera in Las Vegas. One man is dead, another in custody after 2 suspected killers tried to run from police Monday. This is video as one of the officers worked to stop the pair, the 2 firing at police 34 times. One officer fired back right through the windshield of his patrol car.
The officer could have backed off, but he didn't. He stuck with that individual, knowing what type of individual he was dealing with.
The pursuit eventually ends with an arrest. Police say the 2 men were well armed and suspected in a murder. Remember to get the latest breaking news from around the world and here on the Suncoast, as well as your first alert weather. Just download our apps, or you can find them in your app stores under WWSB or My Suncoast. Both news and weather apps, both very useful here on the Suncoast. And of course, we use those weather apps a lot this time of year, tracking some thunderstorms that we typically see around this time of year.
Absolutely. It'd be very helpful today, actually, because the showers are kind of hit and miss. They pop up quickly, they disappear quickly. So if you see the sky darkening, you'd be able to find out exactly what direction they're coming from and whether they're going to rain on you.
Yeah.
Good stuff. We had some rain showers around the area, and we still have some actually in progress. Lakewood Ranch webcam shows the cloud cover kind of giving way to the lower level clouds that are producing rainfall. So clouds kind of coming from two different directions. Those lower level ones coming in from Gulf waters are the rain producers. There's also some higher level clouds as well that are streaming by at upper levels that are not rain producers. Temperatures warm, coming in the upper 80s most everywhere, and there is the mess sinking southward. It's a trough of low pressure that's helping to incite the showers that we have here locally, and yes, they are dotting the landscape, bringing us a mix of sun and fair weather clouds today. Daytime high tops out about 92. We'll have about a 50% chance of rain showers, building mostly in inland areas for the second half of the day, and then leading to some quieter conditions tonight. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in a few. Scott?
John, thank you. Bulletproof doors and windows, just two of the ways Sarasota County School District is making school campuses safer this summer. The district teaming up with 8 local contractors to install fencing around the perimeter of the schools and behind the new single point of entry bulletproof glass and doors protecting the staff. Sarasota County School District is spending $25 million to make sure each campus has several ways to stop an intruder.
It's a heavy lift. What we're being asked to do is challenging. A lot of the components in these systems are custom components. It is a very big commitment from both a resource, time, and money by the district. And I think it's really impressive that they're willing to do that on behalf of the students.
Now, the goal is to have all this work completed by the time that students return to class on August 13th, but the district is asking parents and students to remain patient if that work takes a little longer to complete. Looking ahead, in less than 2 hours at 2 o'clock this afternoon, Sarasota Police Chief Bernadette DePina will hold a swearing-in ceremony for 5 new police officers. Those new additions coming just one day before the city of Northport will officially welcome a new police chief on the job. A swearing-in ceremony for Todd Garrison will take place tomorrow night. Garrison has 26 years of experience in law enforcement and was most recently a captain at the Lee County Sheriff's Office to our south. Well, at this hour, hundreds of people are looking for a new job and dozens of companies are looking to hire. A career fair continues through the afternoon at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall. ABC 7's Ray Collins talked to event organizers and a job seeker about how productive these events can be. Ray?
Yeah, it's got a big crowd this morning, and the event continues until 3 o'clock this afternoon. 53 local employers from the Ritz-Carlton to county government all looking for workers today. They've filled the front lobby and the mezzanine down below. Hundreds of people browsing the respective tables, stopping to talk or dropping off a resume. It's a win-win for workers and companies.
Excellent idea for someone looking for a job, mainly because you get your name out there. You know, even if it's a position that you might not be interested or that might not be right for you, that person might know someone else. It's just great as far as networking is concerned.
Most of our job fairs, some employers actually make offers that day. If not, there's a lot of follow-up. And at Career Source Suncoast, we actually follow up with all of the employers to see how many people they've hired, who they've hired, and what positions they have filled.
And the job fair continues today until 3 o'clock at the Van Wezel. Scott, back to you.
All right, Ray, thank you so much. The show Whale Wars on the Animal Planet followed the Sea Shepherd crew as they tried to stop the killing of endangered sea life around the world. ABC 7's Stephanie Webb recently caught up with the star of that show. Stephanie?
Thank you, Scott. Well, from a very early age, Captain Paul Watson made it his mission in life to protect the world's oceans and all the amazing creatures that live in them. Now, he's been in the Bay Area all this week, and I had the chance to spend some time with him yesterday. For 7 seasons of Whale Wars, we watched Captain Paul Watson and his Sea Shepherd crew attempt to stop the killing of whales by Japanese fishing vessels. Turns out Watson's passion for saving sea life actually started at an early age.
It did start as a child. I was rescuing beavers when I was 11 years old from lake hole traps.
He went on to become the youngest founding member of Greenpeace back in 1969. From there, he founded the Sea Shepherd organization that he still runs today.
And I established it not as a protest organization, but as a group to intervene against illegal activities exploiting marine resources.
Then in 2006, he pitched the idea of a reality show that followed his crew to the animal planet, and Whale Wars was born.
It brought everybody down to the Southern Ocean, to the coast of Antarctica, where whales were being killed, and people became involved. The most powerful weapon in the world is a camera, and if it isn't on camera, it didn't happen, and people aren't really concerned.
His latest project is teaming up with actor and environmentalist Leonardo DiCaprio, shooting a documentary about saving an endangered species of porpoise, the vaquita.
Now, if you would like to meet Captain Paul, you can. Tonight is your chance. He's going to be holding a meet and greet in downtown St. Pete at the Cider Press Cafe from 6 until 10. I put all the information on mysuncoast.com. Back to you, Scott.
All right, Stephanie, thank you so much. Still to come in your Suncoast News, the newly released numbers of overdoses in Manatee County and how they stack up against last year. And sick with the cold or flu this summer? A new study shows where patients are most likely to be prescribed unnecessary antibiotics.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running, and right now, you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $229 a month, or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398, or visit SoClean.com today.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Oh yeah, it's warm out there. 89 degrees the air temperature. Feels like temperature already coming in at 100 degrees. Got a mix of sun and fair weather clouds and some rain showers out there as well. 65 the relative humidity. Dew point coming in steady at 76 degrees, so plenty of moisture around. Difference today from yesterday is that we have kind of a sustained, well-defined southwest wind coming in at about 10. I think that is going to be with us throughout the afternoon into the evening and probably tomorrow morning as well. About a 50% chance of seeing some showers around by 3 p.m. The showers that we've had coming in from Gulf waters and moving onshore are going to start decreasing in frequency and coverage across the coastline. And then inland, those rain showers are going to start to increase in coverage and intensity as they generally take a trek that takes them over to the other coast. We'll watch our rain chances begin to diminish both in interior sections of the Suncoast and near the coast as we head into the evening hours and the whole mass of showers begins to move out toward the Atlantic coastline. And then tomorrow morning we'll do it all over again. We're in this pattern, locked into this pattern that's going to be with us for several more days. In fact, tomorrow we might even see a little bit more rain around. These showers that you see to the north part of the state here, these are all caused by a trough of low pressure in the upper atmosphere that's slowly sinking southward. It's not even at the Gulf Coast yet, even though it's helping to bring all these showers this way. The front itself is located to the north, and as we head into tomorrow, it's going to get much closer to the northern Gulf waters. That's going to, I think, help bring even a little bit more moisture our way. Scattered showers across the region, the largest storm out in Gulf waters heading north at about 6 to 10 miles per hour, making it toward Holmes Beach by about 12:43. Cortez by about 12:40. And then we got a few showers in progress here over at Lakewood Ranch around State Road 70. These are in the process of decay. They'll be gone in just a little while. That's kind of the name of the game throughout the afternoon. Hit and miss showers popping up almost instantaneously, almost anywhere, and then kind of disappearing as they move off to the north and to the east. A lot of sunshine across the region as well. That's helping to destabilize the atmosphere. The combination of this trough of low pressure sinking southward, the high pressure ridge down to the south, the general southwesterly wind flow developing, all adding to this pattern that's going to be locked into place for at least 4 or 5 days, I think. Better rain chances today, strongest storms inland. Calm in the tropics, that's the good news. The upper level winds are just not favorable for tropical development right now. The futurecast shows these showers kind of moving inland, becoming more frequent and heavier in nature as they move off toward the Atlantic, leaving our coastline kind of quiet. And then tomorrow morning, I think we'll start to see a few more begin to make it on shore as we continue on with this westerly wind flow that we have even into tomorrow. Maybe some drier air working its way closer to us as we head into the weekend. That could change things up a little bit. You'll see that in the extended range forecast in a second. Southwest wind at about 10 throughout the day, kind of steady and dependable, giving you a light chop with 2-foot seas. And the forecast for the next couple of days, warm, sticky, no doubt about that. Southwest wind drawing in that moisture, keeping our rain chances good at about 50%. Then as we head into the weekend, rain chances go down to about 30% as that drier air works in. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. In Health Smart today, as mortality rates for cancers fell across the board, mortality rates for those who suffer from liver cancer actually rose dramatically. As Reed Binion explains, some of your lifestyle choices could be impacting this increase.
Startling news from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on Tuesday. Death rates from liver cancer for adults in the U.S. have increased 43% between 2000 and 2016. Mortality rates for those 25 and older increased for men and women, and men were 2 to 2.5 times more likely to die from diagnosed liver cancer. According to the report, the reason for the increased mortality rate lies with an increased number of people developing the disease, though the 10-year survival rate stayed relatively the same. The vast majority of liver cancer cases are caused by underlying liver disease. People who smoke, drink excessively, and/or have poor nutrition face higher risks of developing liver problems. One expert believes the rising rate of obesity and the number of baby boomers with hepatitis C are the main reason for the increase in people being diagnosed with the cancer. People who participated in blood transfusions and organ transplants before 1992 weren't screened for hepatitis C, increasing the risk of transmission, according to the CDC. And with the increasing opioid epidemic, more people are at risk of sharing contaminated needles, putting them at risk of contracting hepatitis C. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
Once the epicenter for Florida's opioid crisis, Manatee County is now being credited for its efforts in cracking down on the opioid epidemic. New reports by the Manatee County Sheriff's Office show that in the first 6 months of 2018, deputies responded to 166 overdoses with 18 deaths. That's far less than the first half of last year when there were 881 overdoses and 85 people died. Jessica Zielman has struggled with drug addiction for years, and she's encouraged by this latest report and gives credit to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office for leading the charge.
The intentional plans and purposes that they've had to go out to help the addict. So being able, the Sheriff's Department, for people to call 911, and at any time they will come and get them. They can get rid of their whatever they have on them, and they can get help.
Other factors being credited for that drop: harsher penalties for drug dealers, local nonprofits and programs, and the support of the entire community. A new study from the CDC and Pew Charitable Trust shows patients seen at urgent care centers for common conditions such as asthma, the flu, and the common cold are more likely to receive antibiotics unnecessarily. That's compared with patients treated for the same illnesses at other types of healthcare facilities. And it's also despite clear guidelines stating antibiotics are useless for treating viruses such as colds or the flu. All right, let's head over to the kitchen now and say hello to our good friend, Chef Eddie from Apollonia Grill. Eddie, great to see you back in our kitchen. What's on your menu for today?
Hi, Scott. Thanks for having me. Today we'll be making our popular sandwich at the restaurant, chicken gyro sandwich.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, and you're struggling to pay your bills while your case is dragging on, that's where Oasis Financial comes in. Only Oasis has Oasis Express Cash that can get you from $500 to $25,000 in as little as 24 hours, faster than anyone else. There's no risk and no out-of-pocket cost.
It was so simple. I made one phone call. Oasis was able to give me the money within 24 hours.
To pay for my electric bill, my rent, and my groceries for my children.
And even if you end up losing your case, Oasis lets you keep the money. So there's absolutely no risk to you. You don't have to worry about repaying Oasis.
If I had lost my case, then I wouldn't be responsible for paying the money back. And that was a blessing.
Oasis, they killed it, man. They helped me out. They gave me my life back.
See how much money you can get before your case settles. Call Oasis Financial, because life moves faster than your case. 1-800-874-8185. 1-800-874-8185.
Hello, I'm John Merce. Rugs As Art is celebrating yet another anniversary, and I would personally like to thank each and every one of you for the many years of continuous support. All during the month of July, we're having a grand celebration. We have flooded our showroom with yellow tag specials, meaning more discounts and more savings than ever before, plus free padding. So don't miss this anniversary celebration at Rugs As Art, Sarasota's bigger and better area rug superstore.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
As promised, let's head over to the kitchen now. John is there with Chef Eddie from Apollonia Grill. John?
Oh, this is my kind of food right now. Chef Eddie, welcome to the show.
Thank you, John.
As always, pleasure to have you in the kitchen. Okay, so first of all, we're just going to get this out of the way up front.
Yes.
Gyro or gyro?
Gyro.
Gyro, okay.
That's right. So as I was mentioning earlier, the gyro word comes from rotation. So the Greek word round and round. And on a gyro, on a rotisserie, meat goes round and round. So that's where it's called a gyro sandwich.
Why do you have cellophane on your cutting board?
Well, so that way I don't, make my cutting board dirty, and obviously we have to clean it up afterwards. So this is just cutting a few steps and making it easier for me. All right. So what I got here, I have some chicken, which will season it. And my seasoning here are oregano, some garlic, a little bit of salt, and pepper.
So you're getting wild on us here, because usually it's lamb in a gyro, right?
Yeah, we're doing the chicken this time, just a little bit healthier.
Nice.
But my idea to this sandwich was because we actually take these sandwiches with us at the beach all the time. And especially now that it's summertime, it's hot, we tend to go to the beach, and we try to spend as much time as possible with the kids. Because here in about a month, school will be starting, and we won't see them as often.
When you set that cutting board down, I heard the stove beep again, so I want to make sure you didn't turn it off there. Yeah,
you're right.
It's a tricky thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so we're going to saute the chicken here. What you could do is you could actually marinate this the night before, and it will be more flavorful, but I just wanted to show the guests here really quick.
What was the spice you put on there?
So it's got oregano, garlic, salt, and pepper.
Okay,
now
pretty simple.
Yeah, I pre-mix them just because it's easier. Instead of doing one by one, it's just easier. But the portions over there are 3 oregano, 3 garlic, 1 salt, half a pepper. Okay. So pretty simple.
Got about a minute and a half.
So as we're sauteing the chicken there, we're going to warm up our pita bread. So our pita bread is going to go on in the other pan. So we're cooking the chicken there, getting it caramelized, getting a nice color to it, and those seasoning are going to help it, gets a nice flavor, and it's all healthy. It's all chicken breast meat. So
Lovely.
It's very good.
Okay.
We love taking these at the beach. These are very simple. You could make them the night before. You could make them early in the morning, depending on your time. So sometimes they're a little tricky to fold, but just like sort of like a diaper. It's just sort of like a baby. That's how we train our chefs in the kitchen.
Okay.
So we take our pita bread, we lay it down, and then we're going to take some of that cooked chicken meat, which I have prepared here from the restaurant.
Brilliant.
So it should look something like that.
Uh-huh.
So you want a nice color on it. Oh, wait. Before that, we're going to put a little bit of our house-made hummus.
Okay.
I love adding hummus to the gyro, even though it's not traditional, because the hummus adds a nice creaminess to the sandwich.
About 30 seconds.
Yeah, and we really like that. So we're going to add a little bit of chicken. All right. Some onions, and you can add anything you want to the sandwich as far as the veggies. Our standard classic is onions, tomatoes, and lettuce. We got some beautiful arugula over here, and we're gonna put that on top, and we're gonna top it off with some tzatziki sauce.
What is that?
Tzatziki is Greek yogurt, some cucumber, some garlic, fresh dill, salt, pepper, a little bit of lemon juice, and it just goes really well with the
My
sandwich.
mouth is watering.
So here we go. You want to cook the pita so it's enough, soft enough so you can ply it and you can fold it. So we're gonna fold it like this on the bottom so it doesn't come out. Spill it out, and here we go. Tighten it up, and then serve it with some our.
Can I hold it?
So you can hold it.
The recipe is on our website, mysuncoast.com. Check it out. Oh my gosh, does that smell good? Chef Eddie, thank you so very much. Apollonia Grill.
Thank you, John.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Temperatures are rising and the deals are heating up during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $23,999. Or save big and get the new Chrysler 300 Touring with an MSRP over $30,000 for just $21,999. That's a savings of over $8,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota today.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments.
those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now.
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
Coming up, a Russian woman charged with being sent by the Russian government to infiltrate American politics. Plus, Florida protesters face charges after blocking the entrance to an ICE facility. And the hunt for those responsible after a popular Bradenton park is vandalized.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 12:30.
Welcome back. Federal prosecutors have filed charges against a Russian woman who they say was secretly sent by the Russian government to infiltrate American politics. ABC's Serena Marshall reports.
As President Trump left his Russia summit Monday, the Justice Department was announcing the arrest of Maria Butina, a Russian national, on charges she conspired to act as an agent of the Kremlin to interfere with the American political system.
What it tells me is they're providing a little insight into how far they're willing to go to try to penetrate our political debate.
According to newly filed charges and intelligence sources, Butina targeted U.S. politicians and political candidates and the National Rifle Association.
In Russia, I'm the founder and now I'm the board member of the Right to Bear Arms.
The FBI says Butina cozied up to NRA officials and politicians trying to gain influence. She attended the National Prayer Breakfast last year, seated near the president. And she attended a 2015 conference called Freedom Fest, where she even got to question then-candidate Donald Trump.
Do you want to continue the politics of sanctions?
Putin has no respect for President Obama. Big problem.
The FBI alleges that Butina came to the U.S. under the direction of an unnamed Russian official. From the description and the charges, it appears to be her longtime mentor, Alexander Torshin, a former member of Russian parliament and one of Putin's closest allies. He also has close ties to the NRA. In Russia, politicians say her only crime was not registering as a foreign agent.
To me, it sounds very much like McCarthyism. Where is American democracy?
Speaking through her attorney, Butina denies the charges, saying she was only trying to better relations between the U.S. and Russia. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
President Trump returning to the White House last night. He was welcomed by protests after his meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The president side by side with the man U.S. intelligence has said was behind interference in the 2016 election. Just days ago, special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation led to the indictment of 12 Russian military officers. Still, the president questioned the intelligence agency's findings while appearing at that press conference with Putin. Some of the harshest criticism came from fellow Republicans like Senator Ben Sasse, saying this is bizarre and flat out wrong.
I never thought I'd see an American president throw the intelligence community under the bus like that.
Senator John McCain of Arizona called it one of the most disgraceful performances by an American president in memory. Former President Obama, in his first high-profile speech since leaving office, calling today's times strange and uncertain. His speech marking the 100th anniversary of anti-apartheid leader Nelson Mandela's birth.
And they are strange. And they are uncertain. With each day's news cycles bringing more head-spinning and disturbing headlines.
South Africa's president introducing the former U.S. president as the rare person who dreamed about being like Nelson Mandela and achieving that dream. Happening in Florida, protesters arrested overnight for blocking the entrance to an ICE facility and are now facing charges. This afternoon, some shocking images from that protest, people using metal locks to chain themselves to the immigration facility. First responders had to use electric saws to cut through those locks and a car to remove demonstrators from the entrance in Deerfield Beach. Dozens of deputies responding to the scene, but protesters say they are just getting started. A long-running battle over whether Florida Governor Rick Scott is following the state's financial disclosure laws is now going before an appeals court. Attorneys for the Republican governor will square off against Tallahassee attorney Don Hinkle during a hearing today. Scott's attorneys are trying to get the First District Court of Appeal to block a lawsuit filed by Hinkle. The attorney maintains Scott is flouting state law and has underreported his vast personal wealth. Scott recently listed his net worth at more than $232 million. Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission wants your opinions on shark fishing from shore. The FWC holding a series of public meetings that will kick off this week in Bradenton. Back in April, the FWC directed its staff to craft new rules for fishing practice amid growing demands to restrict or ban shark fishing from beaches, piers, and bridges. One of the proposals the commission may consider would require a permit and then limit how the fishing can take place. Again, these workshops will be held this week and will be held at State College of Florida in Bradenton at 6 p.m. Wednesday at the SCF Library and Learning Center. And speaking of large fish called sharks, a sight once thought fairly uncommon here on the Suncoast is quickly becoming more and more frequent. A viewer, Randy O'Daniel, taking this video over the weekend of a whale shark off the Suncoast. Several were also spotted and tagged by Mote Marine Lab earlier this summer. And so we have a reporter out today, John, is going to ask the question, why are we seeing more of them this year off of our coast?
Interesting. I guess it's really a lot of study going into that. Is why that's. They're usually down in Yucatan, I guess, is as close as they get to us in the Gulf.
Or further out in the Gulf.
Or further out.
Yeah, but you know, I would have to guess. I'm not a scientist, but maybe their food supply is a little closer. You know, they follow the food.
I guess that was one of the things that they were saying over at Mote, is that you know, there might be something special in the waters that they're eating and going for.
We'll find out.
We'll see. It's pretty interesting stuff. We're looking at some pretty nice conditions out there currently. We have some quiet waters out there. We have a nice westerly wind flow that's developed, and that's bringing in a little bit of showery activity from time to time. Now tomorrow that southwest wind may strengthen just a little bit, so we'll see. But you may want to just kind of keep abreast of the surf forecast if you're going to be in the waters, and check out what might happen with the rip currents over the course of the next 24 hours if that west wind becomes strong enough, and I think it will strengthen. Temperatures across the region generally holding it around the 90-degree mark, and we're seeing that trough low pressure to the north of us exciting a little bit stronger shower and thunderstorm activity out there. A little area of general low pressure developing out there toward the Louisiana Delta region. Nothing tropical expected to develop out of that, but kind of interesting. And we're watching, of course, the benefits of that southwest wind and producing a few scattered showers over here on the Suncoast as well. Satellite view shows lots of sunshine for us today, boosting our temperatures up to about 92, but the rain chance at about 50%, mostly in inland areas later this afternoon. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. New information for you now on some breaking news we're following today in Northport. The Northport Police Department just wrapping up a press conference on the search for a missing toddler. The 20-month-old girl named Ava Perry has been missing from her home on Elam Avenue off South Biscayne Avenue since around 10 o'clock this morning. Police say she was with her slightly older sibling playing in the backyard when the sibling told the parents that Ava had gone missing. Police say there is a runoff canal behind the home. A search and rescue team, dive team, and the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, K-9 unit, and others are now frantically searching for Ava. We have a crew at the search area. We will bring you updates on our website, social media, and then again later this afternoon on ABC 7 News at 4. Right now, Myakka City Park is closed because of high water levels. Manatee County Parks and Resources Department shut down Crane Park, which borders the Myakka River in Manatee County. Visitors will find the front gates closed until that water level recedes. Bradenton police are searching for teens who caused more than $1,000 of damage at G.T. Bray Park. Leaders with the Manatee West Little League returned to its rented field Thursday morning to find damage to fences, light fixtures, a bathroom sink, and a surveillance camera. Thankfully, the damaged camera managed to still capture footage, which is now helping Bradenton PD with its investigation.
To see someone do extensive vandalism, that's not fair to the other people who live in Manatee County.
When we have to take funds to fix the cameras or fix things that they've broken, that's 4 or 5 bats or a glove that a kid needs that he needs to play.
In total, Bradenton police estimate $1,300 in damage at that park. The controversy over a section of Beach Road continues on Siesta Key. Sarasota County voting in favor of 3 property owners whose land sits in front of the stretch of Beach Road and who wanted it closed to the public. Well, now the county is discussing possibly having the issue placed on the ballot in November and letting voters decide.
I think it's fantastic. My team and I have worked diligently for about 22 months to get the required signatures, nearly 15,000 on each petition. And our goal is and always has been to protect your right to public beach access.
They can't reopen this road. Florida Department of Environmental Protection already said that a road cannot go back in here, and it was turned into a pedestrian access with the county not paying owners for the pedestrian access.
A public meeting on Beach Road is scheduled for August 29th at 1:30 at the Sarasota County Administration Building. Coming up later today on the all-new ABC 7 News at 4, the daughter of a woman who was killed in Sarasota last week is sharing her story for the first time. We'll have more on the warning signs of domestic violence to look out for. Plus, a woman in Georgia discovers a family's photo album from the 1960s and is now desperately trying to return it to that family. We hope you'll join us this afternoon for ABC 7 News at 4. Still to come in your Suncoast News today, a Prime Day snafu, what some Amazon users looking for deals are seeing, and how to protect your pocketbook if you decide to take part. Plus, the back and forth between SpaceX CEO Elon Musk and a British diver heats up. The comment that has one threatening to sue the other.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, and you're struggling to pay your bills while your case is dragging on, that's where Oasis Financial comes in. Only Oasis has Oasis Express Cash that can get you from $500 to $25,000 in as little as 24 hours, faster than anyone else. There's no risk and no out-of-pocket cost.
It was so simple. I made one phone call. Oasis was able to give me the money within 24 hours.
To pay for my electric bill, my rent, and my groceries for my children.
And even if you end up losing your case, Oasis lets you keep the money, so there's absolutely no risk to you. You don't have to worry about repaying Oasis.
If I had lost my case, then I wouldn't be responsible for paying the money back. And that was a blessing.
Oasis, they killed it, man. They helped me out. They gave me my life back.
See how much money you can get before your case settles. Call Oasis Financial, because life moves faster than your case. 1-800-874-8185. 1-800-874-8185.
So, how many of us feel completely confident about our financial future? Let's hear some specifics. Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. When my husband died, it took almost all of our savings to give him a proper funeral. I honestly don't know if there's enough to bury me, let alone cover expenses should something happen.
Okay. Let's talk solutions. One thing you may want to get in place is a guaranteed whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, which is a Mutual of Omaha company. This is affordable coverage, which provides a cash payment which can cover funeral expenses, bills, and other financial needs. Most payments are on their way within 24 hours. Yes, sir.
I need medical exams, things like that.
No medical exams. If you're between the ages of 45 and 85, you can call this number or you can go online and apply for coverage up to $25,000. United of Omaha Guaranteed Whole Life Insurance. Call or go online now.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
79 degrees, 79, I wish it was 79, 89 degrees the air temperature. We have a dew point value that's warm at 76, and that gives it a feels like temperature of 100 already. So we're looking at another day where our feels like is going to be between 100 and 105. And there's plenty of sunshine out there as well. So obviously, if you're going to be out of doors today working, stay hydrated. And I hope you get one of those showers to kind of cool things off a little. Southwest wind comes in at about 10, a little bit stronger today than it was yesterday, and well established as well. 50% chance of showers as we head into the afternoon at about 3 p.m. Those showers basically in inland areas as the coastal showers begin to dissipate. And I think as we head into the later evening, we'll see those kind of moving continually toward the other coastline. Heavier rainfall up toward the north of us. There's a little bit of energy up there that's helping to excite these showers. But still, it's helping to also push down a high pressure ridge to the south of us. And that directs this wind flow out of the southwest. And that's why we're getting these showers here along the coastline coming in from the Gulf waters. The heaviest of the showers are still in areas of Manatee County, mostly in rural Manatee County up by DeWitt and such. But back toward the Gulf waters, we have one lone shower kind of moving in toward Cortez right now, just brushing by Cortez on its way to Palma Sola. And then in inland areas along 70 near the interstate, we've got one cell that's producing some pretty good downpours of rain there as well. That all lifting off to the north, and all of them are basically lifting off to the north and to the east. So a mix of sun and clouds here today. We'll be watching that boost our temperatures up to about 92. High pressure pushed to the south by this trough of low pressure, which continuously pushes south. It'll be on the northern Gulf Coast, I think, by tomorrow, and that will assure that that high pressure ridge does not lift north, providing us once again with that southwesterly wind flow. Better rain chances today as we've had a little bit of moisture kind of sink south across the peninsula. Strongest storms will be inland and calm in the tropics. The futurecast shows those showers kind of migrating into inland areas. Wauchula, Ona, Arcadia, you're all in line for some showers this afternoon. And then everything kind of moves toward the other coast as we start to get a little bit of a break from those showers until tomorrow morning when we start to see a rebirth of those showers near the coastline thanks to that continuous southwesterly wind flow. And then the pattern will repeat. So on this map, redder is wetter. This is the amount of moisture available in the atmosphere to produce rain showers. And these red colorizations are the very moisture-rich, humid air. And we got some of that coming southward on this kind of trough of low pressure that we have that's sunk southward into the deep south. And it's produced a little bit more moisture around available to produce the precip that we're seeing today and tomorrow and the day after. But as we go through time, you'll notice that the rotation of this system will allow some drier air to kind of work its way in, a little tongue of drier air, if you will. And I think that'll be here over the weekend and help to maybe kind of dry us out just a little bit. Won't remove the rain chances, but at least it will reduce them, I think, so that perhaps by the weekend we might get a little greater break from the rain showers. Southwest wind at about 10 knots today, light chop, 2-foot seas. Nice day out there on the water, so you will be dodging a few showers, maybe a thunderstorm, not out of the question. 92 today, tomorrow, the next day. About a 50% chance of rain showers should do it. We might get a little bit better rain chance tomorrow. We'll see. And then as we head into the weekend, maybe that drier air will reduce the rain chances just a little bit. Next week looks like we'll have pretty standard kind of weather patterns. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. Baseball's best take to the Diamond in Washington, D.C. tonight for the 89th All-Star Game. It's the first time in nearly 50 years the nation's capital has played host to the Midsummer Classic. Karen Caifa is on the field at Nationals Park with a look at all the big events.
America voted and decided who to send here to Washington. From the fans' all-star ballot selections to the players' picks, rosters for the 89th Major League Baseball All-Star Game are set for tonight here at Nationals Park. The All-Star Game, an MLB tradition since 1933, and the National League and American League enter tonight completely tied, each with 43 wins and with 2 ties. It is the first time Washington has hosted the Midsummer Classic since 1969, and the city rolled out the red carpet with a number of baseball events, including the All-Star Fan Fest, putting fans young and older up close with the game they love.
How we doing? What do you got?
But last night at Nationals Park, it was the All-Star Eve tradition of the Home Run Derby. 8 of baseball's top sluggers, all but one from the National League, and all of them young. The average age of last night's field, just 26 years old. The big winner.
Then Bryce Harper has thrown his bat in the air and won.
And he could be slugging for years to come. At Nationals Park in Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
In consumer news, Prime Day is here, but for many that may mean looking at one of these. Cute little dog error messages. The site's also been looping back to a landing page. Amazon addressed the problem on Twitter, telling customers the company is working to resolve any issues. These crashes could cost Amazon more than customer satisfaction. Last year, Prime Day generated about $1 billion in sales. If you do decide to join the craze, you have until 3 a.m. Wednesday to shop, but beware, just because it says it's a deal there doesn't mean it is, so price and compare. The back and forth between SpaceX CEO Elon Musk and a British diver credited with helping in the rescue of a group of boys and their coach from an underwater cave continues. British diver Vern Unsworth hitting back at the billionaire, threatening to take legal action. This after Musk called him a pedophile in a tweet. The exchange between the two began when, in a TV interview, Unsworth criticized Musk and SpaceX engineers for sending a small submarine to help divers rescue the Thai soccer players and their coach. The submarine was not used. Unsworth, in fact, called it a PR stunt and said it would not have worked anyway. Still to come in your Suncoast News, what fans of the hit show Stranger Things can expect next summer. Entertainment news is next.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Don't miss the exciting original musical review, Tops from Flops, playing July 11th through the 22nd at the Players Center. All the best songs from all the wrong shows from composers like Irving Berlin, Cole Porter, and more. Call 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll want to sing right along with Tops from Flops.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone.
Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
Hello, I'm John Merce. Rugs As Art is celebrating yet another anniversary. And I would personally like to thank each and every one of you for the many years of continuous support. All during the month of July, we're having a grand celebration. We have flooded our showroom with yellow tag specials, meaning more discounts and more savings than ever before, plus free padding. So don't miss this anniversary celebration at Rugs As Art, Sarasota's bigger and better area rug superstore.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at score.org.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
In entertainment news, from the MTV Video Music Awards to what's next for fans of the hit Netflix show Stranger Things. ABC's Jason Nathanson has what's happening in Hollywood.
The MTV Video Music Awards won a party with Cardi. Rap sensation Cardi B scored the most VMA nominations Monday, 10, including a nod in the Video of the Year category for Finesse, her collaboration with Bruno Mars. Beyoncé and Jay-Z as the Carters have the second most nominations, 8, including a Best Video nod for the one they shot in the Louvre in Paris. And Childish Gambino's provocative This Is America tied for 3rd with 7 nominations. The VMAs will be handed out August 20th in New York. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's new movie Skyscraper may not have rocked the box office opening weekend, but it didn't hurt his checkbook. The new Forbes list of highest paid celebrities has him coming in 5th, earning $124 million in the last year. Judge Judy is 4th, cosmetics queen Kylie Jenner in 3rd, George Clooney in 2nd with $239 million, thanks largely to the sale of his tequila company, and first place goes to boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr., $285 million, thanks to last year's Conor McGregor fight. Looks like we may not be getting a new season of Stranger Things this year. A cryptic video from Netflix seemed to indicate that we'll be getting Season 3 next summer. Season 2 debuted last October. And happy birthday today to country singer and American Idol judge Luke Bryan. He's 42. And the Hoff, David Hasselhoff. He's 66. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And hang on to your diapers. Nickelodeon is announcing a relaunch of its hit kids entertainment franchise called Rugrats. Variety reports the 90s cartoon has received a 26-episode order from Nickelodeon, and Paramount is working now on a new film as well.
Was your daughter into that?
No.
No.
I think she was a little past that by the time she was young enough to watch that.
Mine was before that. So
Exactly.
kind of
and we were way before that.
We were way before. We were Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yeah.
Anyway, scattered showers around the area today. Get your First Alert weather app if you want to track them.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope to see you again at 4 o'clock.